Welcome back, everybody, to the CEVO Season 8 main upper bracket finals. We are now about to be going live with Game 2 here, Leader-1 versus GamesAcademy. GamesAcademy picking up a pretty strong, decisive win on Dust 2. So Leader-1 now starting on the CT side. Let's see what they have for it. I'm normally here joined by Misled, but unfortunately he is run off to the bathroom, I assume. So eventually he's going to grab his headset and probably say something like, "Oh, are we live yet?" So when you guys hear that, you will know that he is back. We are very much underway with this pistol round. Mid-aggression is out. Nah, you're not going to do that to me? Nah. Okay, nah. We'll see. Who knows? You never know. There's still time. But GamesAcademy is absolutely exploding all over the A-bomb site. It's going to be up to Char and them boys around ZNF included to do something about it. Char in a gunfight going to get killed. Still, though, the CTs are rotating in hot.
Look at this. Coming out from ZNF, working into that bomb site. Fox is there also. And Lucas, last one left alive here. Bomb down in the A-bomb site. They had a good job getting into that site, but quick work coming out from the players in the squeaky room. Get inside the bomb site to take the shots. Now we got a one-on-one here. It's going to be Lucas versus Fox. Fox down to 44. Lucas all the way down to 69. So, I mean, these are very close here. Lots of time left. Lucas can get the 1 versus 1. Fox will collect the headshot. 3K for Fox, and Leader-1 takes the pistol away from GamesAcademy.
Yeah, absolute big-time 3K coming out from Fox, and he did really well positioning himself in the squeaky room. Sat still for a really long time, way after the GamesAcademy players had already gotten out and started to push past the bomb site. So for him to stay patient there and not overexpose himself and get caught in that position was really smart. It really paid dividends down the line. As you can tell, 3K, pretty big right there. So Leader-1, not unfamiliar with pistol rounds. They were able to pick up pistols last game, or at the very least one, but I'm curious whether or not they'll be able to hold on to it, as GamesAcademy was a huge eco-round threat.
Yeah, so GamesAcademy, I know you covered it, but I feel like covering it again. From T-side, starting it off, Leader-1 from CT. Let's see if they're able to gain any traction here. No damage has gone out for either team yet, but FNX already out A main in great position here and hits the headshot. 1 dig onto Fox. Now we got ourselves a 5-on-4 with GamesAcademy trying to be those eco masters that they were from map number 1.
Yeah, so far so good. Looking for any kind of head that they can click on, and ZNFs will probably be the closest, along with Char over there in the A-bomb pit, as the T's are now splitting up towards Highway, and a great shot from head is going to take down Char. ZNF in a lot of trouble. He's able to frag his way out of it, at least thus far. That's 1 for him. Make that 2 overall, but he's reloading when his teammates are elsewhere getting frags. Virtus going to be able to take down Showtime, who is a big-time threat, as Taco is now left alone in Z. Needs to regroup with his teammate FNX. No rifles or anything, and no SMGs. No primaries picked up here from GamesAcademy. And time also not on their side. They're going to have to swing it towards A. That's actually not where ZNF is headed. They might be able to squeeze the bomb in if ZNF doesn't react in time.
That is huge. They have enough time to get into the bomb site. Taco can't even clear anything. He's going to make his way across. Flashbang goes down, just tries to clear, gets into the bomb. Oh,
what are you, out of your mind, Taco?
Oh my goodness.
Taco, what are you doing?
Doesn't get it. Why don't you plant in the safe spot instead of trying to force forward? FNX will be able to survive the round, but man, GamesAcademy, what a play coming through mid, forcing ZNF out into the A bomb site. That was close. Showtime grabbing a huge frag all the way up in connector towards the player at truck before he finally got caught by Virtus. I mean, man, that could have been a round for GamesAcademy.
Yeah, really big play there, and I understand the play going for that more aggressive plant. You know, if this bomb site is truly clear and that's what you're banking on, that is most definitely an easier plant to defend from. But man, even with time, I honestly thought he wasn't going to get it because of time. I wasn't even thinking about a player being able to spam him at first. He barely even got in time-wise, and then to get spammed after that is just that much rougher. Not exactly how you not exactly how you want to lose if you're a GamesAcademy, but still, they were significantly out-firepowered, so they're not going to face too much of a penalty for it. 1 more pistol round and they should be back onto the rifling game, but they continue to just be an absolute menace with pistols in their hands. I don't think they're going to get any easier to beat once they get rifles.
Already, I mean, ZNF does find a nice frag. They're quickly traded out. FNX will take down Fox, so we're evened up. But pistol play again. FNX hits another 1 dig, takes out ZNF. Char will be at the back of quad box. trying to rock that UMP, works it into 2. Can he find a third? Hen 1's already out, bomb down inside that A bomb site, so they have to commit to trying to take this. They're not going to be able to get it because the mop-up crew from Leader-1 will come out, and Leader-1 will take that third round now, so that's going to be 3-0 for Leader-1.
Yeah, despite the fact that Games Academy was unable to come away with a round win there in those first 3, you cannot say that FNX was not trying his hardest, because boy was he pulling out those 1Ds left, right, and center. Games Academy going to be on a actual rifle buy here, including even 1 Galil. No op to counter Vertices, so let's see if they are going to try to deal with that, or it looks like they're not even going to. They're going to be boosting some players up towards mid and spreading out a little bit towards A. Showtime, though, catching a frag onto Char through middle, so, man, these Games Academy players have quite a way of getting control of the mid on this map.
They're already out through mid. They're up highway. They're going to only find CNF there to contest. They do collect him, but Josh BM, man, I keep wanting to call him Thunder, but it is for sure Josh BM. All the way up at White Truck. Hen 1 will get the bomb planted. Safer location, but look at the positioning of Showtime. Out, down through mid, working his way up highway. He's going to hit that smoke. Flashbang comes out. Josh BM's looking in that direction. And excuse me, that was another smoke, not a flashbang, but Showtime. If he just sits on this smoke and waits, tries to hit a seam shot on the Josh BM has to worry about him as they lose Vertus, and there goes Josh BM to Hen 1. Picks up 2 at the end of the round, makes it a 3K in total for him. First full buy will go in favor of Games Academy.
And great use of Showtime there, allowing his presence to be something that was constantly capturing the attention of Leader-1, allowed Hen to pick up those frags that much more easily from quad, because there was threats from so many different angles. Games Academy finding their way onto the board, and I'm pretty certain, at least saying certain is definitely how you fall down that caster's curse hole, but I'm pretty certain they're going to be able to hold on to it here. As I said before, their ability to take mid is like bar none some of the best right now. As Fox actually slips through, he's on a flank, he's able to get 1, he's probably going to get punished for this eventually, especially after emptying that entire clip into the wall. He's pretty much pinned here.
Yeah, he's a tough spot. Showtime's going to push right into him. He eventually does go down, but damage is already done here in favor of Games Academy with Hen 1, Taco, and Showtime picking up frags. You're going to have Char tucked back in this B bomb site, trying to find anything that he can with the pistol in hand. And he's going to have Lucas walk right in front of him. Lucas will get the frag, though, so ZNF has to back up, trying to work around through Creeper and Heaven. I mean, down to 32 HP, it's going to be tough to try and make this. It would be a 1 versus 4 retake. Games Academy is going to have themselves the second round.
Yeah, most definitely. I would say ZNF should probably run away, but the only thing he has in his hands is that $300 P250, so might as well roll the dice, see what he can pick up here if anyone even exits in this direction. If I had to wager a guess, I'd say they're probably going to fall back and exit the area they know is safe, and that's pretty much exactly what's happening. He's now going to be able to peek into a rifle, and Showtime will have the pleasure of taking him down. So 2 straight for Games Academy, and man, you know it's tough when you lose that first rifle round. You immediately have to save right afterwards. You know those pistol rounds got a little closer than you would have liked to, and even still, Leader-1 on mostly uneven footing here going into this round. It's the buy up. This is a crazy buy right here. It's going to include 2 FAMASs, not a lot of grenades at all, and it's going to include an AWP with no armor on Fox. Not even Vertus. Yeah, right. That's a pretty odd move. We saw actually him pull out an AWP a little bit the last time I believe they played, and certainly in the last map a little bit as he's looking for a main and cutting off a huge amount of the map. I didn't think we'd ever see him going for a glass cannon AWP buy over his teammate Vertus, who historically has been the team's AWPer. So interesting buy up here. Let's see if it pays off for them. So far, a lot of quiet as Games Academy is, I assume, prepping to hop out of mid. I see Taco and FNX waiting in mid. His 2 buddies nearby getting boosted over. So yeah, mid take I'm sure will be coming out any second now.
Quick speed round. Where did the term glass cannon come from later?
Well, I'm sure it goes back to older MOBA games, but I know it from League of Legends, even though I know it's probably not the first.
Get out of here, son. MMOs, come on.
MMO? Oh, could be MMO. Yeah, I was thinking original Warcraft, but MMO makes sense too.
I was using that back in Final Fantasy 11 and
yeah, you invented the phrase.
I don't even want to talk about how long ago that was.
Char and Lucas trading frags, but it seems like Leader-1's coming out on top here as Vertus gets the final word. 3-on-4 overall. ZNF actually hanging out now in CT spawn, a bit of an opposition to B, but he's actually cutting off the angle well.
Yeah, good job there to pick up the frags. They need bomb down inside the B bomb site. Showtime just steps directly in like he owns the map and will just absolutely shut down Vertus. Fox Fox on a good flank here. As Hen 1, I don't know if Fox made enough noise for Hen 1 to hear him, but they're running around. Nobody really looking in his direction. Now they're going to start trying to play some angles. Going to try and get a crossfire into this bomb site. Showtime going to be looking towards Heaven and towards Creeper. Fox all the way into Checker. Hen 1 sees him. Now Showtime can take up position. Kind of sit back. Let Hen 1 do the work for you, Showtime. And if he does actually die, you can clean up the frag, but Hen 1 doesn't even need the clean up. He ends up hitting the op shot from back towards Generator. That ties the game up 3-3.
Yeah, it's also going to do some more damage to the Leader-1 economy. I guess the thing they will potentially have to look forward to if they can't steal away an Eco will be bonus money going into round 4, but they're not going to find any comfort this round as they're going to be really, really hard-pressed to buy up much at all. It's mostly P250s across the board, 2 smokes overall, and no armor, no nothing. They're pretty much committed to losing this round as GamesAcademy is taking a more quick A approach here. Unfortunate that Leader-1's buy didn't work out for them in that last round. They really went for it and had a bunch of opportunities. They were trading mostly well for the most part early on in the round, but ultimately it didn't break their way. ZNF, though, catching a frag, unable to grab that off and run away, though, as it falls over on the other side.
Yeah, so aggressive play works out for 1 frag in favor of Leader-1. Thunder, though, Josh BM going to be in a great... Hen 1 is looking, though. He knows they were aggressive in mid, more than likely going to push 1 through B. They picked that shot up that they need to, and Taco is going to be able to try and defend here, and he'll defend well. Gets 2 before he finally goes down from the white truck, so Virtus will be 1v3 now, as FNX, Hen 1, and Lucas are going to be the 3 Ts defending. Virtus hopefully wanting to try and grab a rifle, not going to find anything, so he's going to back off here, try and go back through mid towards A main, but Lucas is there waiting, and this is not going to work out well if you're Virtus.
No, most likely not, and actually I would say definitely not, as Lucas tags him up big time and then ultimately finds the kill with the headshot. GamesAcademy 4 straight, and they're looking pretty good. Leader-1 with a potential money to make a significantly more comfortable buy than they went for last time. So I really would like to see Leader-1 with a full gun advantage that they're looking for, that they haven't had since round 4, really. When they lost round 4, that's when their economy really started to take a turn. But they are now fully back up in it. They got an op. They have their rifles. They have been fragging decently well. The only problem is that what they haven't been able to do is control the map, really. The GamesAcademy has been having success going pretty much every direction that they want to, always finding frags, and this round no exception, as Hen finds the op headshot onto Virtus, removing Leader-1's op and pulling a lot of CT attention in that direction, which is good actually because the bomb is there as well.
Yeah, so we have ZNF aggressive into the vents. We have Josh BM in the back of the bomb site. Char will be playing from Van, and Fox is going to be the only player in the A vicinity as he works his way up from white truck now into the site. Much smarter position for Fox, able to test a little bit. If he's able to play those angles correctly behind that red box, he can defend for quite a while and get a rotate coming out. I mean, ZNF will be the fast rotator through mid, as it looks like GamesAcademy now is definitely working their way towards that A bomb site. They're going to have a lot of luck. If Taco's able to peek through this door fast enough, he's going to catch Fox in a very, very bad spot. And yeah, now they know. And Leader-1 going to have to go on a hard rotate. Fox puts himself over there at the forklift, ends up getting a trade. Leader-1 trying to make this retake attempt happen, and GamesAcademy now has control of this A bomb site.
He's desperately trying to fight their way back into it, but so many bullets being shot at them. Hen refuses to slow down. Actually has to reload his op. That's how you know you're shooting an op a lot. Able to pick up 4K on the round overall as he picks up those last 2, and he even had the opening frag onto Virtus. So, and all over the map, being an impactful player there as well. Reloading an op, that's pretty crazy stuff. Rarely do you need to go through 10 bullets worth an op in a game. Sorry, in a round rather. So the fact that he had to reload that just so he could get that last kill really shows how much pressure that he and the rest of his teammates were applying on the incoming counter-terrorists. They couldn't really do much about it, and the GamesAcademy continues to stretch their lead as patience was key in that round as well. Leader-1 had a decent setup over towards B, like they do right now as they're pushing a bunch of players through. They were just able to kind of weather the storm and figure out what was happening and then work their way around. But what Showtime doesn't know is that he's being flanked right now. Virtus is able to get the frag, and I think that's actually going to tip off the bomb and those players that they need to get going now.
Yeah, FNX is going to look backwards, pick up one. He does have Virtus right there in his face. Can he get the shot off? He does take it, but Char is also out mid. Head1's looking for him, so they know that Char's somewhere over there. Char does pick up an AK. Got to be careful. Got to try and get out. Head1, though, all over it. Looking at Fox and ZNF. Last two CTs alive. Both of them at A. Fox will trade the frag out. Look for Head1 to try to rotate out. Nah, doesn't even need to. Taco will get it out of the squeaky room. That'll be 6 rounds now for Games Academy, and how many in a row is that? And that's
6.
a lot in a row, all 6. I thought they picked up one eco, but they did not. So we do have Leader-1 on max loss bonus. But, man, these rounds, these are looking rough here. Once Games Academy got going, they have not let go of this game. It's complete stranglehold at this point.
Yeah, most rounds. I mean, even the pistol rounds after Leader-1 won the initial pistol were kind of close. Games Academy almost stole some away. I mean, there was that play where they worked the bomb a little deeper into sight than they probably should have. And I would say a few rounds that we didn't get to see the full conclusion of that very easily could have gone the other way. So Games Academy has taken control, I think, a lot longer in this game than their 6 rounds. But the scoreboard shows what really the scoreboard shows. A take about to be underway here as the players are pouring their way out of the site. The Molotovs everywhere, just burning the site whole as ZNF tries to find solace anywhere.
He's still going to be working from the back of quad. He's able to take down Taco. Fox will go down there, trying to boost the player up. They're in their very precarious position, though, considering you have Josh BM and Virtus both at the white truck. And it is going to be a man advantage in favor of Games Academy, taking up some good positions. We're going to have Lucas at the back of quad. We're going to have Hen1 in A main.
They're running
and
away.
Showtime, yeah, at the bottom of Headshot down there at Highway. And, man, Showtime wants to hunt this. Look at him. He's not making any noise. Going to try and work his way around. Yeah, now he's going to go on the chase. Got to be careful, though. Josh BM is right there. And Josh BM's going to hear this. Or, Josh BM, you're going to hear this, right? No, he relies on Virtus. All right, so Virtus had the crossfire. Josh BM does pick up the shot. And Games Academy not going to find any of these frags that they would like to and prevent Leader-1 from saving. That's 7 rounds in a row now from T-side for Games Academy. And Leader-1 desperately needs to find themselves a win.
Games Academy kind of giving Leader-1 the business here, and they're also showing that they have an insanely deep and dynamic playbook that they can pull from pretty much whenever they need to. They were able to kind of mix up right there and plant on the cat side of the bomb plant, something we haven't seen from them so far this game. We saw some pretty basic smokes and flashes that a lot of teams use to set up and try to get into the site, like their highway smoke. That one looked pretty familiar, but they also used a bunch of Molotovs to the main site to clear it out that I don't think we've seen them throw this game either. So kind of just showing there's a real breadth of knowledge in the game and what they're capable of here as they're now executing on a completely different bomb site towards B. Despite the fact that Leader-1 is bought up, they only had 1 player over towards B, and they can't really do much about this. Fox gonna go down, and I'm pretty sure he even had an off. Not the way you want to go down if you're Fox.
Ignore my spelling if you're in chat right now. It's okay, but Games Academy does have to hold. Auto shotgun Taco. Getting dirty with it. They picked up the rotation from outside. Taco's going to rush his way in. Doesn't find anything out of it because Showtime will take down Char in heaven. Games Academy now 8 rounds in a row. And yes, I cannot spell.
Got trolled. That's what's up. Either way, though, Games Academy continuing to dominate their way through this game and really showing no signs of giving up. Leader-1 kind of buying out just to stay competitive in this game, but it still doesn't always amount to much. Virtus going to have just a pistol on himself. ZNF, his buddy, over there in mid, going to have a FAMAS on him, so not really the healthiest buy, and honestly, I don't really think it matters that much. They're going to line up for FNX as he will rip them apart. 2 frags early for them. Games Academy, I mean, it's just looking so ridiculously dominant. Make that 3 for FNX.
Yeah, Games Academy not trying to drop anything here. Thunder does find himself 1. Josh BM, man, I need to quit calling him Thunder. You need to stop calling him Thunder. You quit it.
Me? I just, when I see the words right in front of me, I don't even think Josh BM. Maybe he should change his username. Josh.
Yeah, maybe he should. Josh. Way to go, Josh. Josh. But, yeah, Josh, last one left alive here. We see Games Academy going out on a huge hunt. They're leaving Lucas over there to watch the bomb. And Showtime's going to be the first one. Hen1 will clean it up if they need to. They spot him. Doesn't matter. Showtime collects it. It'll be 9-3 in favor of Games Academy. And, man, they have literally dominated once they got around. And they have not looked back at all. 9 rounds in a row from T-side. Leader-1 struggling.
Yeah, Leader-1, as I said, they tried their hardest to keep the game competitive, buying up, and now they're kind of paying the penalty for it. They're forced onto a save, despite the fact that they have, as we said, lost 9 straight, which is pretty brutal stuff, and Games Academy themselves just about as strapped as you could be. I mean, I think they had like 2 or 3 players over there at 15.4K, so just so rich. The Leader 1 players are getting a lot of information saying that they're not B and that they could be over towards the A bomb site, but it's still not going to matter. It's not going to stop the terrorists from getting out there, getting the bomb planted, and taking what I'm sure will be solid post-plant positions as the CT rotate does come in.
Yeah, so Fox is going to be able to grab one. We still have Josh BM trying to work. Char got himself in a good position, trying to work to the bomb site. He could do some turmoil here if he can pick up Taco, but Taco, auto shotgun still laying waste to players' faces, gets himself 3 on the round. Auto shotgun domination from the Brazilians at Games Academy. That'll be
Brutal.
10-3. Yeah, this is a rough look if you're Leader 1.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, honestly, I really think it's just an incredible showing from Games Academy. They just look so incredibly well put together. Every facet of their game is on point right now. They're shooting well. They're moving well, as we talked about a lot on Dust 2 as a team. Their nades and smokes are perfectly on point, and Leader 1 just doesn't have an answer. I mean, it seems like at times there isn't an answer for them. I mean, you just gotta, do it better, I guess. It is a weird criticism to launch at a team, but really they're just kind of getting dominated all over the place. They haven't really had much of a hope this game.
Yeah, so ZNF, Char, Virtus, and Josh BM alive. They're going against all 4 members of Games Academy. We're into round 14. And Taco being a nuisance once again from the squeaky room with the auto shotgun. It's going to be tough to really get a frag out of the squeaky door, but I mean, just being a nuisance will do enough. He's actually worked his way out into the smoke here. ZNF's going to rotate away, but it doesn't matter. Char will find it with the op, as we have the rest of the members of Games Academy working themselves into this B bomb site. FNX in this sunroom, N1 outside in the B halls. He's going to be able to pick up ZNF if ZNF's not careful. He's going to have to break the vents. N1's going to snap his attention over in that direction, as Lucas is just sitting on the bomb. 3-man retake attempt coming out for Leader 1.
Terrible luck there as well from Leader 1, as Lucas was somehow able to plant in the tiniest margin of space. But ZNF and Virtus able to get frags apiece, and the bomb is still planted for FNX. So if he can get this frag onto ZNF here, he will be in decent shape. He's not quite able to get the frag, so his buddy Virtus on the bomb is going to get the defuse. So that is the first round that Leader 1 has been able to win this game since the pistol rounds. Wow, it's been a long time, but I'm sure they are so glad to finally be rejoining the scoreboard.
Can we talk about the hard reset, even though it's round 15?
We can try to. We'll see what happens. They are potentially about to be hard reset if they can't win this round, but they're going to get the hardest reset. It's going to set everyone back to $800.
Yeah, that is an extremely hard reset, but final round of the half, N1 with the Hom finds himself a frag. We have auto snipers coming out between Taco and Lucas. Lucas takes a bunch of damage in it, though. Goes back for an AK. We drop N1. They're going to try and take their way into the B bomb site, but it could be Showtime, the Lone Ranger there. Char will be able to get that. And so it's going to be a 3-on-4 now in favor of Leader 1. And this could be a big momentum shift. If they're able to make 2 rounds at the end of this half in their favor, that'll set themselves up to try and switch over to T-side and get some more.
Char's can play a huge role here, as he's going to have to try to spot out FNX, who's pushing all the way up on a highway, and is going to absolutely wreak havoc on their team. ZNF just misses seeing FNX as well, so he's sliding right through. This round is going to be incredibly close if FNX gets to make the impact on the round that I know he's capable of. He hears steps. He knows there's one truck. I don't know if he knows there's one right around the corner, but he's going to know any second as his team is getting ready to execute. He's going to be the player of this round. It's just all about how the timing is going to work out. He's going to shoot early. He's going to be able to get the frag. He's not ready for the guy on truck. Char shoots right by his head.
Wow.
He's able to get the frag anyway. And Virtus also goes down. Not what you need if you are Leader 1. Josh BM, a.k.a. Thunder, last man standing, M4 in hand. Does a grip of damage, but ultimately not enough. Oh, Char shot a bullet right by Lucas's head there. Just barely whizzing by as he was coming up around a highway. Ooh, man. Tough round loss there from Leader 1.
Yeah, great positioning for Leader 1. Weren't able to capitalize on the frags that they needed to. And I mean, how close? We had ZNF and, what was it? It was ZNF and who was right across from FNX, right? Yeah, they were right across that.
Oh, is that what I meant when I said
box.
Lucas? It probably was FNX.
Yeah, I mean, they were so close together. And I mean, FNX eventually gave his position up, shooting at Virtus, who was back at quad because the smoke started to clear a little bit. Tried to fire off the shot. ZNF just wasn't ready to take it down and allowed FNX to just work his way across. And I mean, he heroed the round at the end there for Games Academy. But big deficit coming out, 11-4 at the half in favor of Games Academy. So again, all on the backs of Leader-1 to make something happen. And look at the aggressiveness right off the bat from Games Academy, forcing through 3 through B. ZNF will pick up the first one as he hears the sound, and he actually won't pick it up. Showtime takes him down, so Thunder going to be in trouble here. Josh BM trying to work something. He's got 2 players right there in his face, and Showtime at his back. And Games Academy aggressiveness is going to pay off here if they can hold on to this round.
Yeah, but Fox is able to respond at least a little bit with that Tech 9 in hand. Make that 2 for him as Showtime responds as well. And just like that, Showtime and Lucas teaming up, catching frags apiece to close out the round. 4K overall for Showtime, who is absolutely stepping up in this game with his buddy Hen as well. I mean, no players on Games Academy are playing poorly. If I'm not mistaken, they all have a positive KD right now, or at the very least an even KD, as Lucas is sitting on that 10-10. They're just all over the place, dominating and are going to be picking up the pistol run just to further compound the hurt on Leader-1.
Yeah, Games Academy, this is a story from map number 1, which was Dust 2. Games Academy from CT side, very, very hyper-aggressive CT side. But it was, I guess you could call it hyper-aggressive because they did force 3 players quite a bit. But it was controlled, though. Like, it was, I don't know. I don't know how to put that correctly in terms that human beings would understand. But just bear with me. Be clairvoyant and understand what I'm trying to get at.
I'm with you.
I mean, the aggressiveness worked out, but they did it at the right times. It just seemed like, and there was a lot of luck on the side on those pushes, and it just caught Leader-1 off guard again. Yeah. Another T sign for Leader-1. Games Academy starts off aggressive, and it pays off.
Yeah, I mean, luck is something that people like to shy away from, and they think it's something that's inherently bad, but a little bit of luck never hurt anybody. I know people do say it's better to be lucky than good, but really you want to be the combination. A-Take is on, coming out from Leader-1. There's a whole bunch of CTs there to get this shooting done, and really that's what's happening. Xena finally able to make something happen in all this madness, but the rest of his buddies went down in the gunfire.
Yeah, so Games Academy's going to go on the hunt here. Probably going to pay off for him. ZNF trying to hold on, grabs the P90, hands right in his face, and Taco will come around for the flank, grabs it. That's the 13th round for Games Academy. And they hold on for the anti-eco, only dropping 2 players. Let's see if they're able to make this a 14-4 game and put even more pressure on Leader-1.
I'm sure they will be able to. But although it is important to note that Leader-1 did steal away an eco of their own on Dust 2, and there were times even in this game where Leader-1 has been extremely competitive in it. So just like we couldn't count Games Academy out on that one round where I said they were ecoing, and I still felt like they could win a round, can't count Leader-1 out here as well. Here they are going into the B-bomb site. A bunch of them taking damage from the early high explosive grenades coming out, but they are able to get frags for the most part. And that is really what's important. Oh no, Taco steps up at the end.
Yeah, Taco coming up pretty big there, able to grab 2, delay long enough. His teammates are on the full rotate now. It's going to be Hen 1, FNX, and Showtime. Taco, man, Fox trying to get the bomb planted. FNX will step up with the touchdown grenade. Games Academy gets themselves a 14th round. So now we go into a full buy round here for Leader-1. And Games Academy on the other side. Hen 1 does grab himself an AWP. We got 2 M4s coming out at P90, and we have to expect Taco to grab himself an M4 also. Hasn't bought yet, except for body armor. There it is. Now he gets the rest of his kit. Games Academy, relatively geared close. I mean, they have the AWP advantage over Leader-1, but do have a P90 on FNX.
Yeah, and I know every comeback needs to start somewhere. As Hen gets that frag while full blind, he had a full dial over his head, and he's also able to escape. That's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous play from him. And I know I was going to say every comeback needs to start from somewhere, but I really don't know if Leader-1 will make this happen. I mean, even if they do win a round, they have such a big hill to climb, and this Games Academy team looks like they are not slowing down at all. Oh, man.
Games Academy looks like a team that is ready to go in this pro placement tournament. So does Leader-1, but man, Games Academy
they're ready for
firing
pro.
on all cylinders right now.
They're looking past the pro placement. This is a team that's looking like they're ready to compete in pro level and wants to prove it to everybody. Because I thought myself, Leader-1, hey, they're a team that's going to be it's really going to kind of rub knuckles with those top tier teams. And if Games Academy is able to handle them like this, then who knows? And we talked about this, I think, a little before the game. That Leader-1 has been in a bit of a slump recently. Just they were still coming out with wins, but not really the cleanest wins. Just weren't playing as well as they could or should have. And I really think that it's kind of culminating here in this game against GamesAcademy, where they're just making no progress until Fox opens it up with a nice 1v.
Piercing. Now, what a shot there, but head one inside the bomb site, defending well. GamesAcademy still trying to fight through this. I should say Leader-1 trying to fight through this. And nothing here against GamesAcademy. They can go full tilt, trying to make this two-man retake attempt happen. And Taco, the Devastator with the auto shotgun, will get shut down thanks to the AK by Josh BM. And Lucas, 1v3, not looking like anything that he can win. And yeah, look at that. Leader-1 once again showing some life. It's match point for GamesAcademy. And remember, if they win one more round, that's it. We don't go to a third map. Leader-1 has to tie this now. They have to win out. They got to get 10 rounds for themselves. It's going to be tough for Leader-1.
It is definitely going to be tough, and for the sake of closing this game out, I was hoping that GamesAcademy would hold off on the buy and just choose to buy up next round, but actually they're able to put their heads together and come out with a decent buy here, so not too terrible, but it is going to include a FAMAS mid-play coming out from Leader-1 as they do get punished a little bit. Actually, oh man, they get punished again as FNX gets another kill as well. Man, Showtime is looking like he wants to close this game out.
Virtus, though, putting his stamp on the round with the op, takes down Showtime, gets a trade, but at this point, they're still 4v2. Fox does have the bomb on his back, down to 50 HP, trying to take down Hit1, who's worked himself all the way in the back of Quad. FNX will rotate his way over. He's going to put himself in a great position. Good flashbang. Lucas on the flank, though. This is going to pay dividends. Can he get the final player? They have him pinched. They're just going to go for the hunt. There's Lucas coming through in the clutch. GamesAcademy will win 16-5. And man, they are looking like a team ready for that pro division right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet they wish they could just skip the rest of this and hop right to it, because boy, did they look really good. They had the breadth of strats to constantly dive in from. They were constantly mixing up both bomb sites all over the place, mid-work as well on both maps. They shot so fantastically well, but really, I think, they did, like I said, they shot fantastically well, but you always can tell the mark of a good team. None of their shots were like ridiculous. They didn't have any of those, those Hiko inhuman reaction shots. They were just positioning themselves so well that they were picking up a lot of frags. They're a lot of easy frags, and that's really how Counter-Strike should be. Just position themselves so well off of each other, off their teammates, their movement, their teamwork. Fantastic stuff from them. They're already in the grand finals, so it really doesn't apply to many more teams, but I would be terrified to play against them.
Yeah, GamesAcademy looking absolutely ridiculous. Man, they were looking on point. Leader-1 did everything they could. Again, hat off to those guys for trying as hard as they could to make something happen. But wow, GamesAcademy, the more I get to watch them, they're looking very, very intense.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see what they have in store for us. And I believe they are going to be playing the winner of... Okay, hold on. So we have Nexus Esports versus Vault, which I think is ongoing right now. And then the winner of that game is going to play Leader-1. And then the winner of that game will go on to the finals of to face GamesAcademy. It looks like Vault's currently up 8-5 over Nexus Esports, but looks like I think that this is the only game we're going to be bringing you guys tonight. So that is it. Misled, do we have anything to take care of before we get out of here?
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and watching. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. More games between Europe and North America. And if you guys like what we do and you want to give some support, and that's going to be at LatorYo, 2 R's in there, YO at the end of that thing. And mine's going to be at Misled138 on Twitter. Make sure you guys give a follow to at CEVO and at MLG for making all of this possible. And again, good games tonight, Leader-1. And good games to GamesAcademy moving on and moving forward. Hopefully we see Leader-1 continue to play well and turn it up a little bit.
I expect we'll see a rematch.
That could be our finals match right there. Me and you were talking about it. No matter how this goes, that could be the finals match.
Absolutely. I would be honestly a little surprised if it was anything other than that, but time will tell. And hopefully by that time, Leader-1 may have kicked themselves out of whatever slump or whatever funk they're in right now, because I want to see a much more competitive game. I know these two teams are capable of of putting up together a much more competitive best of three. So I challenge Leader-1 to fight their way back from the losers bracket and impress us.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks again, guys, for showing up. I'm Misled. That's Later with us. We're going to get out of here. Have a good night, everybody, and we will catch you again tomorrow.
Peace.